We so often think of the resurrection as being a single moment, but really, without Christ's life on earth, it makes no sense. St. Francis of Assisi used to make the journey part of the gift. Murray Bodo refers to it as the journey and the dream. So let's look at the question of journey this Easter. To do that, I'd like to tell you a story. The story comes from our own Franciscan tradition in Papua New Guinea. Now, in Papua New Guinea, the story is told about the friars who went to the highlands around Aitapi. And it was around that area that they took over the mission that was originally started by other missionaries before them in World War II. And when they came there, they worked hard with the people. One friar in particular worked so hard with the people that he managed to create a beautiful friendship with this young woman. This young woman in turn became a catechist, and she brought many people to the knowledge and love of Christ. As happens with people, they got old. The woman grew old, but the friar grew even older, and he was sent away from this mountain village down to the biggest city below. It was about a 3-day journey walk. One day the woman heard that this friar was unwell, and so she set out to give him a gift. And she made the gift. She went down to the reed where the river was, and she plucked the reeds, and she hand weaved this beautiful cloth for him, this beautiful towel cloth, as a gift. It took her about 2 weeks to prepare, and then she set off. She set off out of her village, which she rarely left, down the mountain, across the river, back up the other side, and she repeated this for 2.5 days until she eventually arrived to the place where her friend, this missionary, this Franciscan, was. And knowing that she was coming, as often happens in these areas, the friar went out to greet her, and his eyes were filled with tears. And she walked close to him and she said, "Please understand, the journey is part of the gift." The journey is part of the gift. Christ's passion, death and resurrection didn't happen at a single moment in time. To understand it, we need to understand the gift of journey. How was it that you journeyed this Lent? What was it that you said to yourself, to your neighbours, to those around you? Indeed, we are called to recognise that the resurrection only came about from a man who lived life on earth. And that man was Jesus, whom we know as the Christ. And so now I invite you to celebrate Christ risen, but to do so in the way you lived your journey. Just as the woman said to the Franciscan missionary who was about to give up life on earth, remember, the journey is part of the gift. This Easter, I invite you to do the same, to make the journey part of the gift. Blessings now and always as we together seek to be the hands and feet of Christ.